I mean, I would say that our operating context remain robust, but certainly there are short-term impacts that continue to affect the performance of the business. On the supply chain side, you know that we are subject to engine inspections. That creates a hiccup. A number of aircraft is grounded. And on the revenue side, while we are still improving on unit revenue, many of our competitors are now reporting significant drops in pricing, and we are not alone in the marketplace. That obviously makes an impact on us.
Let's talk about those groundings a little bit as well. Then, what is your anticipation? I mean, you had 47 planes on the tarmac as of the 17th of May. That's 22% of your total fleet. Is that expected to rise any further from here?
So this is the magnitude of the problem we are trying to process. Now we're going to be seeing some very slow, gradual improvement from here. Nevertheless, this is a cycle of years, not months. So my expectation is that probably this is going to be over in the next 2 to 3 years, but not before.
Yeah. Have they cited exactly what the issue is and why these inspections, one, take so long, what exactly the key primary issues are at this stage, and why it is it's affecting you more than many others?
Yes. So this is the engine cord gear turbofan. This is a new engine technology, but there was an industrial hiccup. Some materials got contaminated, and the wear of the material accelerates a lot quicker as a result. Now, what it means is that by reaching a certain operating cycle, you have to stop the operation of the engine, you have to ground the aircraft, and the engine needs to go to a shop for shop visit and replacement of materials. This process can take up to a year. I mean, this is as bad.
Is that per plane?
Per engine.
Yes.
Can take a year. Then they change the materials and the parts, and the engine comes back on wing, and the airplane may be operated again. This is affecting us disproportionately because we are one of the largest operators of this engine type globally.
Wow. József, that's obviously a supply constraint. Tell me about the demand side of the equation and the competitors you're referring to, the likes of Ryanair, who are saying it's incredibly soft as well compared to previously. I want to know what's going on there as well, because the pricing of your sector, whether it's Wizz Air, whether it's EasyJet, whether it's Ryanair, is at the lower end of the market compared with a lot of the flag carriers as well. Are you seeing diminished demand? And if so, why and where? Because every time I go to an airport, I'm overwhelmed by how, for want of a better word, it's heaving and stunningly busy.
Yes. So I think what is happening, because this is clearly not unique to the airline industry. I mean, you are seeing some other sectors reporting, consumer good companies softening of their pricing environment, their yield environment. So probably the inflationary pressure has been catching up with the consumer by now. Higher energy costs, increasing housing costs, etc. And as a result, disposable income is becoming squeezed. I was reading an article that actually many people have been trying to bridge this gap by taking more loans from banks, but of course there is a limit to it too. So I see the consumer being more constrained in terms of spending, and at the same time this is going against an inflated supply chain environment, because everyone has been suffering from inflations, labor inflations, energy inflation, etc. So everyone's trying to raise prices to cover their cost, and the two things are just really hitting each other.